to sell this horse, which was this horse needs to be a priority. And so when he came to us, uh, he had his demeanor was kind of stoic. So stoic in a horse might mean standoffish, or it might mean that they're not really connected to what you're asking them to do. They might just do what they think they have to do. Um, and so over time helped him understand that he was here to have fun and he was here to be a part of a partnership. And oh my gosh, Susan, you are so right. You can't have just one. I was saying to Shannon yesterday, if you don't have 6 horses, do you even have a horse?
Shannon's here too, by the way. She's here with us.
Yeah. So anyway, Ulysses is the horse's name. So I helped him be able to express some of his feelings. And be in more of a partnership rather than just being told what to do. And I think anyone who's not part of this call who thinks of horses, they might think, oh, it's more like a tractor. You turn it on and you go. But anyone who's here with us understands that horses are sentient. They have feelings. They have full experiences. They have desires. Certain horses really love to compete. Certain horses don't need to do a thing in their life, and that is perfect for them. And so Rafe was asking me, he's like, well, how do I get Ulysses to take our training seriously? He said, I get him on these rides and he'll just go. But when we're doing training on the weekends, he doesn't care. And I was like, okay. So I went into his stall and I did what I do, and I like to just find out what's happening in their energetic field. And then I started laughing and I said, he knows what the real deal is. Like, he knows the difference between training and an event. He knows the excitement. He knows the thing. He's like, why are you trying to fool him? And why are you asking him to do something that he clearly doesn't want to do? Because when you get to the event, he does exactly what you want him to do. Do what he wants to do, or make some agreements with him that maybe, okay, do this training ride and then we'll go play together or something, because he's trying to convince the horse that the training was just as important as the event. I was like, he knows better. Like, he absolutely knows better. And so since then, their training rides have been a little bit lighter, a little bit more joyful. My husband has a better understanding that the horse absolutely knows the difference. There's like, you can't convince him otherwise.
I know. I totally get that. I have beagles. They have little similar personalities. They do what they want to do, and so I always say I'm very well trained. As my
Yes.
as my boy stands at the door, and I want him to come in because he's been barking, and he's like, well, where's the food? So if I don't have something in my hand, he won't come in. And I'm like, I'm trained very well.
And then he'll get more specific, like, oh, that's not the good treat.
We haven't got there yet too, but oh my gosh. But then they're so fun and loving too, and lovable and cute and sweet. Yeah. So it's like you just yeah. You group it all together. I like a little rebel in a puppy though, so it's kind of
yeah. I think one of the other things that's been a big change for us in this past year is we had to say goodbye to our 2 senior dogs last year, and our dog Ruby was somewhere between 14 and 16. She'd been with us. We looked at pictures. My daughter was 8 when we got her, and now when she passed, she was 19. So such a huge chunk of her childhood with this dog. And then our other dog Zuma, he was 11, and you get so used to certain dogs and their personalities, and then when they were both gone, just the emptiness in the house. And I know a lot of people who've gone through a loss or even a recent loss will just acknowledge that when you're looking for them in the same spot and they're not there. And again, we all know that they're there in spirit, but sometimes you just want like a little bit more proof, or you want to feel it or sense it in some way. But it's been such a delight to get to know these 2 new dogs that we have. And as I've said to my husband, the only good thing about losing a dog, truly the only good thing, is to be able to rescue 2 more.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and
I know.
we're having a ball with these 2 youngsters, and after having seniors who just didn't do a lot, it's really fun to have the babies. Well, yeah, I think they're 3-ish, 3, 4, but they're super fun. We're getting to love their personalities and really just bring so much love to our life.
Right. Dobermans, right? You have Dobermans,
Yep.
right? Yeah, big
Yep, we have 2
dogs.
black ones now. Mhm.
That's a good a lot bigger than mine too. So, um, and I know I could feel you there as you were talking about Ruby and Zuma, and because pets are so much like our children and they're so unconditionally loving, it's a different relationships, and sometimes it can cause more grief than with our humans that have gone to spirit. And it's and it's no offense to our humans that we love dearly as well, but the pets can leave an extra layer of grief that is hard to
Yeah,
put into words, because it's like losing a child, and I'm not
it
comparing
really is.
animals to children, but it is. It's like losing a child because
Well,
we take
yeah,
care of them, the way we take care of them, the way they take care of us, the unconditional love, the bond. It is.
yeah, it's
So
absolutely, and I was reading some I had opened up some writing I'd done. I'm in this series I'm writing. I've been writing about my father-in-law who passed 10 years ago, and I also had a dog that passed 3 weeks after my father-in-law, which was such a shock. And I can read the things about losing my father-in-law and feel just a deep sense of grace and compassion and understanding. And I will tell you, like, I read the piece that I'd written about my dog, and I thought, I can't share this. I can't share it. It's still too raw.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Are you planning on publishing another book with your writing?
I am not planning to do anything with my writing right now other than letting the writing lead me and see where it goes.
I love that. Well, that's
Putting
perfect.
putting a book together is quite an undertaking, and I don't have that in me right now, but we'll see where the
Yeah.
writing goes.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll find its way to where it's supposed to be too. So
Mhm.
you got some Doberman fans here too,
Yep,
with
amazing.
Sarah and Stacia's dad and everything too. So
Yeah.
would this be a good transition to move to some messages for you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and I love
Okay.
and I appreciate Stacia and Sarah both sharing about the Dobermans because I've had 2 reds and now 3 black. And when I talk about my dogs and you bring up your dog, I'm getting chills already. I'm like, yep, here they are. Like
Yep.
they let us see them in whatever form. Whether it's
Yeah.
through being my dog or being your parents' dog.
Yeah.
They're absolutely around us. So, um, Jennifer, as you know, I like to just kind of settle into it for a minute just to see who's coming up. I think it's a little easier on the live streams because I can just say who I have, and
Right.
we'll see. And when I do start to communicate with the animals, they do tend to all show up um, in a big group. So I have to distinguish who's there and who has an important message. Um, and as you all know, sometimes they will come through as sort of a group message. There'll be a
Mhm.
synchronicity of certain dogs with certain similarities. So please let us know if it sounds like your dog or perhaps your dog adjacent, and we can find out what those
Okay.
messages are.
Okay, beautiful. And while she's doing that, if you all could put in the comments that you're open to receiving as well, because then I kind of have your consent as well already, like pre-done. So that would be helpful as well too. There are a couple of questions too, so perhaps we could get to like questions about feeding and things like that too.
Mhm.
But I will let you go with it, and I'll be here to help.
Okay. Okay. So, Jennifer, if it's okay, I'm just going to talk and kind of talk to you, and then you can
Perfect.
tell me what's happening in the
Yep.
comments.
Perfect.
So,
Love.
and I just want to let you all know too, I do work with animals both in present and in spirit. So, when I bring up an animal, it may not be an animal who's passed. So, if there's someone who's trying to communicate, I'm just going to share whatever that message is, and then we can figure out who that is and what it's about. But I do,
Okay.
as I was gathering my group, or as my group was gathering around me, or our group, I started to feel, and I'll just distinguish first. I do believe it's a horse. I am seeing a gray horse. It's beautiful stature, maybe an Arabian. I have many that look just like this. The gray Arabians tend to look pretty similar, but I am seeing, and as I'm describing it, could be this gray Arabian horse, or it could be a Great Dane, because they do have a similar look um,
Mhm.
visually. So I am going to just pay attention to that because that animal is just coming forward very strongly for me. Um, and
Okay.
let my energy burp come. Excuse
Yes,
me.
we're doing
Uh,
animal communication, Stephen. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing animal communication. Yeah, everybody's
um,
pretty much already said they're open to receive, so we've got all of
okay.
that out of the way. So thank you, everybody.
Yes, I
Grateful.
am. Yeah, feeling this horse coming in. It does feel like a male horse, or again, it could be a male Great Dane, another dog that has it's got to be a big one though, like big, with a lighter color and gray. Has anyone identified
Okay.
this
Okay.
beautiful being yet?
Okay.
Um,
So we're
okay.
looking for somebody that has a horse in spirit that looks Arabian, or a Great Dane, which is also a very
Yeah, I'm looking for
large size,
a big
very large
one.
size dog. Yeah. So let me see.
Yeah.
Susan's asking, is it a thoroughbred? Is that what you're
Let me
seeing?
see. Um, let me
I know
ask.
she has horses as well. So
Hmm. When I ask this horse, it is again a male horse that's coming through. I ask if it's a thoroughbred. The horse is not able to identify, but he is showing me a lot of running, a lot of fast running, and a lot of musculature. Would you understand
mhm.
that? Like very,
Okay.
very muscled. Um,
Okay.
like uh, they very, very developed. It feels like
Okay.
this horse may have had an injury. Again, horse or dog, I still think it's a horse. It feels like there may have been an injury on the back right, and not necessarily like a crippling injury, but an injury that would have taken attention, maybe a trailer injury or uh, something where the leg got caught. I keep feeling, and I'm feeling like this horse had
Okay.
like gray thoroughbred, very likely. Um,
Okay. Gaston has a dad with a Great Dane and a gray Weimaraner in spirit. And Susan is
yeah,
asking if it's a gray thoroughbred. So I think
yeah.
she's just trying to
I'm
identify if it's with her or not.
I think this might be Susan's. Susan, can you identify what I was saying about um, a lot of musculature and perhaps an injury on the back right?
She has a racing horse. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you identify with the injury, Susan, as well? And Danny says she missed the start, a horse that was a retired
Okay.
racehorse, and he injured his leg but was brown.
Okay. So we
Susan
may.
says hers is in spirit.
Okay.
Okay.
Or is
And
that the name?
I don't think that's the name.
Okay.
He died during racing. Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm not. I just keep getting this horse keeps drawing me back to this back leg injury. That
Susan, do you identify
like.
during with a leg injury at all during your horse's lifetime? Okay. She says died immediately during the race.
Through the
What,
race.
what was there ever a leg injury in his lifetime? And hi, everybody who's joined us. I see we're
Yeah.
back on online live psychics readings on Veronica Jenkins. So thank you, Veronica, for letting us stream. So welcome to all of our new friends who have joined us. Also want to say hi to Michael Christopher, who's joined us as well. So good to see all of you here. Okay.
So
So,
I want to understand from Susan because I do think this horse does feel connected to you. You seem to have the a good amount of information.
okay. She says no
Um,
leg injury. He was called
okay,
turf trivia, no leg injury.
turf trivia,
So
but a gray thoroughbred.
yeah, you might be with
So
Danny,
I might have
um,
the
but
two.
but it was Brown. Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, hi, hi, Adam.
let me come back to I this horse is being very insistent and is kind of pushing everyone else out of the way. So, Susan, would you understand a personality that this horse would need to be very dominant, very the most important horse anywhere ever? If you were walking by, the horse would be talking and need to get your attention. Anything, I get chills as I say that. So this horse would have been the star of the show, um, wherever he was. Very proud, very just very esteemed. Um, that's what I understand from this horse.
So is that making sense for you, Susan? There's a little bit of delay, so when people type things in, it takes a
Okay.
few seconds for it to pop up. So we just gotta kind of
Okay.
wait patiently. Gaston's Great Dane had bad
Great Dane
hips from a previous injury as well.
injury. Yeah.
Okay.
Jennifer, I'm pretty flexible usually, and this horse is like, no, we're staying with me. Like, this is very,
Yeah.
thank you, Susan. Very
There we
dominant
go.
horse.
Okay.
Okay. So, Susan, I'm going to give you some messages from this incredible horse that is demanding all of our attention. And isn't that a beautiful thing to have the same personality and spirit that you would have had when you were here chomping on a pile of hay? Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I'm like, no. He's like, no, me. I'm the most important one. Okay, so.
Oh, God bless him. Oh my God.
Yeah. So he's showing me. So I understand from the injury and from dying during the race. I mean, what a tragic situation that would have been. He's just showing me he went like that. Like he was like in and out like that.
Yeah.
Like there was no connection with being hurt. Um, and I get chills as I say that, and I get the sense that there's a bit of a sense of humor with him because he has like this there's a kind of a wisdom to him. Yeah, very assertive. I totally got that.
Me, it's all about me.
Yeah. But that he's like, well, when your time's up, your time's up. Like the race was not important. Like he lived his life as fully as he absolutely could. I do understand there were some questions about how it was when he passed. Since it wasn't from a leg injury, it does feel like there was something obviously internal, but like it just like the clock wound down. Like that was it. Like he didn't have, that was extra. Like that was it. Like that was the end. But he's just showing me when he's able to sit back now that he understands that he's completely the center of all of our attention, that he felt very loved. And he says he knows he was a bit of a pill, but that wasn't his problem. And he gave everyone a bit of a run for their money, quite literally. But just he did what he did. He did it the way he did, and you found a way to love him for who he was. And there's another horse I've done the readings for, and who's basically energy of this other horse is like, oh, aren't you so lucky to know me? Yeah. So that's what I sense from this horse as well. That he was like, wow, all these people got to be in my circles. How great for them. Like probably not as an affectionate, yeah, that's what I get the sense, Susan. Probably not the most like I need to nuzzle and cuddle, but more of a like, hey, look at me. Oh, glad you're here for me, and now we're here for me. And so he's had all this time now with all of us in spirit, taking space of all these animals, and he's like, isn't this great to have this about me again? So I'm going to send you all of his I want to say love, but that's not really quite the feeling, the word I have, but all of his beautiful energy and that confidence that he has. I don't know that I've ever in my readings worked with a more confident and self-assured animal. So I think that many of us who are maybe having some second guessing about something or doubting ourselves, that this beautiful, beautiful horse who's taking up so much time and space is here to tell us all, think a little bit more of yourselves like I did. Be a little bit more like me.
I love it. That's so funny where everybody's laughing.
Oh
yeah. She says the best way for him to go, and he was gelded too late with humor.
Yeah. Yeah, there I
Oh,
mean,
that's too funny.
what a great spirit though, what a great spirit. Like, really, aren't we all so lucky to know him? So, Susan, I'm gonna
She,
leave you with I'm gonna
yeah,
leave us all with that because that clearly wasn't
she's.
just for you. That was for
I know that was
all of
so
us.
funny. I know we're all Stacy's like, who knew horses were vain? And Susan says he was absolutely adored and used to breathe over the blacksmith's head. He used
Oh my gosh.
to,
Oh, wow. What an incredible animal, like, and as I was saying earlier, animals having so much wisdom, so much grace, so much compassion, but also so much spirit, just that
yes,
spirit.
yes, yes. It's
And
beautiful.
a lot of the animals I tend to work with, we tend to think of them, as our babies, and I always think that with my dogs, but man, this horse has given us like, no, you were in my energy field, and now you are all in my energy field. And isn't that great for all of us?
It kind of
So,
reminds me a little of my dog too. Just like plops right on top of me, like, no space, total space invader. But then if you put your hand on him, like just, a loving hand, like, "Arr, don't touch me.
yeah,
But you're right on top of me. Don't touch me.
I know our Zoomer was
I,
like that too.
I, I
He
don't
would he would
understand you.
he would cuddle up next to you on the couch, and then you'd get a little bit closer, and then he would leave because it had to be on his terms. It just
Right,
had to be
exactly.
on his terms.
It's like right on top of me. I don't get to move. I don't get to do anything like that. And you're like, oh, hi, honey, a little pat, pat.
Yeah,
Don't touch
his choice, not yours.
me. I love you too, honey.
Yep. Just
Oh my
glad to
gosh.
share the space
Uh,
with you.
uh,
All right.
okay.
So now that we
Susan
have
Kramer
this,
says, I need to use his resilience. Okay, beautiful. Okay.
I
And hi
think
to
we
everybody who's joined us. We'll go ahead and move on to the next.
I think we all need his resilience. My gosh, what a wonderful character. I'm going to be talking about him with everyone this weekend. Um, my gosh, he'll probably come back tomorrow for the afternoon reading, like Enchanted Rose.
Probably.
Yay me.
The head lab had
Gosh,
a bandage on his different parts of his body. I used to say, where has he bit
where
you
is
now?
he? So I am. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Susan, thank you so much for bringing him to meet us. What a gem. I am feeling, so I've got a smaller animal coming in now. It does feel like a cat. It's a darker cat. It's very slinky. So I'm getting a sense of, so it feels like a long hair black cat. She does seem to have very bright eyes, maybe a bright yellow or bright green. But she's, yeah, maybe some kind of Persian. I don't know what breed yet, but she feels very. She's an ankle slinker. Like she's doing like infinity signs around my ankles as I'm trying to describe her. Um, I do get that this is a female cat. Um, and she also is telling me that she's bringing other cats with her. So I believe that her message, she wants to voice for some that maybe were a little on the quieter side. So in that she is a, oh, after our friend, she's not a diva. That's just very clear. She's very grounded. She's very welcoming. She would have been a cat who, um, if you had someone come in the house to visit, she would not have hidden. She would have gone out to say hello, um, and made them more comfortable. So she's got a very graciousness to her. And again, she's telling me I'm speaking for many others like me. So um, she's she's very like, oh gosh, how would I describe this? Um, her characteristics. She's just she's like a very poised old lady. And so that's what I have. Does anyone
I
understand
believe you're with
this cat?
Sarah. Sarah
Okay,
says black cat, but she's alive and she does that. Her name is
okay,
Miracle. Yeah.
okay. Can anyone else claim this cat?
Um,
Because as I said, Sarah, I do work with animals that are alive just as well as um,
mhm.
animals who are in spirit.
Okay. She says she is a trip.
She's a trip. Um, and would you understand her being a very welcoming cat that when people come in, she doesn't hide. She's very present. She's very, again, very poised, graceful lady.
Let me see here. Okay. Thanks, Sarah, for keeping up with us in the comment because there is a little delay. So,
Yeah.
yeah, as fast as you can type.
Okay.
Gaston also
It
says,
has
Sarah's saying, yes, that's her miracle. And Gaston also had
that's
one
her
like that
miracle.
named Stevie Ray. And that was,
Okay.
he says, I think Gaston is male, I'm assuming, and had, meaning that would be in spirit. And then Sarah is saying,
Okay.
yes,
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 she
she
is.
is that
Okay,
way.
she's very welcoming. And unlike, and so she's speaking for some other cats here as well. So I do want to connect you, but since she's here in the present, I do want to find out what her message is right now. She's funny because she doesn't feel very she just feels very calm. She doesn't feel like she's not going to chase after a toy, or she doesn't need to really be kept busy. She seems very content. Um, she'll bite some men. Okay. Uh, not sure
Well,
what to
she's a
say about
cat.
that. But so our miracle, and what a wonderful name for an animal. Like, I think they
I
should all be
know.
named Miracle, truthfully. Like, they should
Yeah.
all be named Miracle and Spirit. Like, that's it.
I love
Just
that. I
all of
love
them,
that. And you
every
were
single
saying she
one.
makes little infinities around your leg
Yep,
too. So that's really
yep,
sweet.
that's what it feels.
Yeah, that's
And
beautiful.
so she's making me aware of something happening in her environment. And it feels like there's something, that maybe someone's doing construction, or maybe somebody's loud nearby. And she does not care for that. Would you understand that as well, Sarah?
So wait for her to respond. Michelle says
Yeah.
her cat just came in and jumped on the bed and looked at her phone. They
Oh
know.
well,
That's so
they
cool.
know. They know.
That's
If
so
I opened
cool.
my door, I'd probably see at least one dog outside my door right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Okay.
is.
Sarah saying yes. She likes
Like,
playing with Q-tips by the dog water. That's pretty cute.
yeah. Oh my gosh. So not a cat toy. She's just choosing what she wants to play with. So
Yeah.
you'd understand that there'd be
She
some
says
noise or
yes.
something that she's finding to be a disruption. And she's asking you if you could please do something about that for her, because she finds it irritating. And if it's something that you're aware of what's happening, if you can let her know, and this is from me, not from her at this moment, but if you can let her know, what's happening, roughly how long you think it's going to take, understanding that it's like disrupting her vibe, um, but that that you hear her, and
Oh my
we all
God.
hear her. And if there's any other cats that may also be wanting to communicate the same message, it would not be surprising, because there's something, like, it feels like there's something high pitched that she just doesn't care for, and whether it's noise of people or noise of construction, she's like, I don't like that, and I want that to go away. Like, I want that to go away. um,
Okay.
and and I don't know that it's something that you can actually choose for her, but it may be something that you need to negotiate with her to let her know that this is something else. Oh, Michelle, that's so interesting.
Okay.
Um,
So she thinks
I'm
it's the other
familiar.
cat. So
So,
she does have
yeah,
toys. And then Willow is also
yeah,
playing with other
suspicious.
cats that they can't see. Okay.
Yeah,
Sarah says she doesn't play with them, but so
yeah,
so maybe the other cats are irritating her.
yeah,
Hi, Courtney. Good to
yeah,
see you.
yeah. And so for Sarah, I'll leave you with this message from her. She is bothered. It is disrupting her vibe. She will get over it, but if you could just tell her just a little bit, and just have some, and Michelle too, have some compassion, and just listen, and listen as you do, but just to let her know, I understand this is bothering you, and we're going to have to learn to find a way to live with this, because we can't change it. And there's a wonderful animal communicator. She actually calls herself an intuitive interspecies communicator, which feels something super aspirational and cool. This woman does work with conservation, and she was saying, sometimes the animals will give us a message and we can't actually do what they want us to do, and
Yeah.
so we just have to say, I understand and I hear you, and doing my best, and I understand that this is not what you want, and we're just gonna have to live with it for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sarah, I'm gonna leave you with that. I do feel
Okay.
like there are a couple other cats that may have been around. Jennifer, would you just share like what other people have cats that are bringing up so I can see?
Yes, I'll have to. Gascon had one like that named Stevie Ray, so I think
Mhm.
that's would be a male cat too that had a similar personality. I think that was. Um,
And Michelle,
the-
I think I'm seeing.
Let me see. Oh, staring at me right now. Okay,
Okay.
so the one who ran up and looked in the phone.
Love that. That happens so much. I love when that happens.
And
They're
playing
like,
with
oh,
other
I
cats
forgot
that
that.
I can't see at my house. So she thinks Willow is playing with spirit cats. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
super. Oh,
And I'm
Sarah
also
was saying, I'm
seeing,
sorry, Michelle was saying
oh,
that.
I
I'm
think,
getting confused. Yeah, Michelle was saying,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
sorry, I'm
seeing
getting
two.
confused with the.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She
That,
chases around what seems to be another cat. She's very vocal and seems that she's trying very hard to talk. Okay.
okay. Um, just letting this energy, excuse me. Michelle, as you're describing that the cat is playing with cats in spirit, I think there's also Sarah, you're saying that, Sarah, is that also the cat looking up at the ceiling? Um, oh, and Gascon, your Stevie is a girl too.
Oh, okay. She was a
So
girl. Apologies,
yeah,
Gaston. Apologies.
yeah. Okay, so let me just tune in on who I've got here. I'm feeling right now more connected with Gascon's cat. And Gascon, is that a cat who is in spirit or in the present? Um,
I think it was in spirit because Gaston said had. I had one like that named Stevie
okay,
Ray.
okay,
Okay. And we're doing, for anyone who's just tuning in, we're doing animal communication messages today. And we have another
yeah,
live tomorrow with Karen at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 in the UK,
yeah,
messages from the Enchanted Realms. Same
yeah.
pages. Okay.
Okay, so I do want to I'm gonna just stay
Um,
here with Gascon's cat because it did sound a lot like Miracle with the cat doing figure eights.
okay.
And if
Michelle
we don't
says as
get,
soon as you started saying you had a cat communicating, her cat came running in the room and jumped on
mhm.
the bed. That's what she's trying to say.
Okay. Okay. So, and
Okay.
Gascon's got one spirit. So,
Mm.
if it's okay, let's talk with Gascon if you can stay active here, and then Michelle, I want to talk to yours too, because it does sound like Michelle, because your cat understands that we're communicating with the cats in spirit. I do want to pay some attention that I get chills, as that's an important thing to pay attention to. So I'm just gonna have you hold on for a second, but since we did have Gascon's cat come in with Miracle. Um, so she's another sweet girl. And I will tell you from my own experience, we had a black cat that we inherited when my step grandmother passed away when I was a child. And this cat was very similar in look, but not in demeanor. She was a cat that was like, don't talk to me, don't touch me. I live in this plant. Like, if you can find me, good luck. I only eat the good food from the can. I don't eat the dry crap. Um, so this cat Gascon is not like that. She also seems very similar to Miracle in where she's very loving, very welcoming, very affectionate. Um, and as I'm speaking to her, I just get a strong sense around my heart that there's just a lot of feeling of loss around her still. That um, that she's sweet because she does feel like she had an extended life, and she's got the kind of energy, and I hope this message is for you as well as many, but that she wished she could have stayed longer. If this is a cat that lived to 17, she's saying, I wish I could have made it to 47 just to be with you. Like, she's just incredibly loving, and lots of chills as I say that. Just just a beautiful spirit and a beautiful companion and just an ease around being around her. The energy she would bring to the space was just very warm and soft and kind. And if that's something that you're finding right now that you're missing, just know that she's here with you in spirit. She's with all of us, giving us all that extra kindness that we all so need and deserve. Um, when so many things are around us that we can't control, and we've got an animal that's just there to love us and love us and love us and love the people who come into our world. What a gift they are. Truly, we can love them for all their different personalities, and that's the best thing, and I think that's one of those wonderful things I love about animals, and I sometimes wish that we could tell people more is when you come from that place of just pure love and
Oh,
adoration and unconditional compassion, um, makes it better for everyone every day.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, Gascon,
Oh,
what a beautiful being she
sweet.
was.
She has a very
Yeah,
sweet spirit. Wrap herself around his legs while getting
yeah.
her food. Oh, that's very
Uh,
sweet.
like saying, I
Very
appreciate you
sweet.
so much. So many of our
Yeah.
animals are like, come on, get to it.
Yeah.
But that's pure love. So I'm gonna give you that and the gift of her coming through, to share that message with all of us. So thank you. And then I
Mhm.
do want to come back to Michelle briefly. So, okay, so
Hi,
Michelle, you've got,
Nancy.
hi, Nancy. So, Michelle, you have a very active cat who's here to have this conversation with us. Is that what I understand?
Yes. She's like, me, me,
All right.
me.
I love these guys.
I
Nothing better than that horse though. Like that one's they're all perfect and wonderful. Okay.
know.
So
Oh my
let's
God.
understand Michelle's cat situation a little bit. So she's a spunky little thing, and she's telling me, of course I play with cats in spirit. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, why wouldn't you? And yeah, she's a sassy little thing. Um, really sweet thing. I keep calling her a thing, but really sweet little. I'm gonna call her a thing again. She's very sweet. She very much is engaging. She thinks it's super cool, because uh, it's like they're playing a game that you can't see. Um, so she's okay. I just want to read this message. Just now, she's laying down in front of me, just looking at me. Okay, so we have all the cats here. Just having this moment of saying like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here." I'm so glad she's just laying with you. That's sweet. I love these animals. Uh, Jennifer, it's the first time you and I worked together, and you asked me to look for Jack, and it just opened up my whole world in such a special way. So, like, big hearts to your little guy,
Yeah.
because what a great gift that they are all for me. So, all right, so Michelle, your little one and your son's cat, hanging out. She's so funny. She's like kind of like playing at me. She's like, "Hi, mom. Hi, mom. Hi, mom." Um, so I understand that she can be a little distracting sometimes with awesome, Susan. Thank you. Um, that she can be a little distracting, and there's like no ego about this for her. Like she doesn't really care that you don't give her all the attention that she thinks she deserves, because she does have a pretty active play life. But she's just showing you that there is eh, these are her words, not mine, more to life than whatever's on your phone. Um, and just reminding her, she's asking you to remember that there's other ways to connect. But I mean, she's telling me, but it's very important, and I understand that. So, like, she's not trying to just give attitude. Oh, and there's my dogs barking
Yeah.
um,
Confirmation.
outside. Yep.
Yeah. But this time she's not knocking her phone out of her hand because she's talking to you. So she's not
Yeah.
doing her normal thing. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's
Yeah.
understanding the focused
That's cool.
attention on on and
Hmm.
around her. So she's a very active communicator. If you're not already having conversations with her, and that's not part of your kind of spiritual practice or way of being, I'd say start having conversations with her. And when you see her playing, get down at her level and ask who she's playing with. And you never know what's going to happen with that because I think they have more to say, and that she's showing you that that's going on in her world, I think is very exciting. She's obviously very curious and inquisitive, and very sweet. Um, Tries not to be too destructive. Um, oh, his cat. That's his cat. So yeah, she loves it there. Like she loves it there, Michelle. She's happy as can be. Um, she's loving this attention right now, and I am getting just a nod that I need to say goodbye to cats for now. So anyone who's got a cat who's sort of in the waiting area, I am getting some energy to say like no more cats for now. So I'm just going to take a pause there, but I'm going to leave you with your beautiful kitty cat um, who's there and bring the joy. And I can only imagine the loss of a husband and to have his cat there, as that playful reminder that there's still more happening in life and that your life is still being lived. That's a beautiful thing. So thank you for sharing your kitty with us. Thank you for letting us meet Willow.
Thank you,
Jennifer,
Michelle.
how are we doing on time?
Do you want to do one more? Or are you getting tired? It's up to you, love. We're at
I can
about
do one more.
1:15.
Okay. I think I have dogs coming in, and because they were telling me the cats were done. So
Time for it's dog time. Okay.
yeah,
We want
they're
to
telling me
turn.
it's dog time. Yeah.
Canine connection time.
um, so let me just see
Hey,
who
Kate
I
Weezy, we're
have.
doing animal communication today. Great to see you, love. And we'll be back on a live
Yeah.
tomorrow at 2:30 Pacific, 10:30 UK, love, for messages from the Enchanted Realms.
Yeah, and Michelle, I
Uh,
see that Willow gives you the infinity around the feet too. So
oh,
my
there we are.
gosh, what incredible teachers! What absolutely
Yeah,
incredible teachers! My sweet Jax is crying outside my door, but that's okay. That's telling me all the dogs need a
I
little
know.
bit of extra
I know.
attention.
I can hear mine barking
Um,
out there too.
yeah. So I do feel like I have a small dog, and it does feel like this is a dog that may have been that's life may have ended as a puppy, um, and it feels like this puppy because I'm just getting like this just little handful of a dog. Um, and I'm not seeing. I get a sense that his time was not very long. And it feels like he was either brought into the home or rescued. I'm touching my Zuma necklace. Um, wow. I don't get my own animals in readings, so I'm like, oh, there's my guy. But I am getting an animal that or a dog that feels like a puppy who just didn't have very long. Maybe within the first 2 years. It feels like there may have been a congenital issue. I keep being drawn to my heart. My Zuma, who I wear the necklace, he had a heart condition, and that's what ultimately, boy, he survived for a long time. But there's only so much you can do when your heart stops working. So, but I do have a sense of this young dog who may have had a congenital heart condition that like yeah, I'm being very very drawn, and I keep repeating um he just didn't have that much time. um would anyone understand a puppy or a dog that just didn't get a lot of time? I certainly have my own handful of those, and I don't think it's ever enough time, but this would be like really under 3 years that this dog would have had with its family.
Okay. So who's recognizing? So smaller puppy died, potentially congenital heart. I see Ellie saying me, but I don't know if that means she can take the dog or if
I
she's
think that was
or
back and
something
forth.
else.
Yeah, or readings. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have a lot of hearts here. So puppy, early passing,
Puppy, young
small,
dog.
potentially heart condition to go with
Yeah,
that
this
congenital.
feels like a dog that may have been like brown and white. Um, I can't quite see the breed yet. And my necklace is stuck, so I'm fidgeting with that. But I am just connecting with this little guy, this little guy. So I do get a
Hmm.
sense it would have been a male dog coming in. Um,
Okay. Not for Ellie. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Anybody else here? Just get another few seconds.
So I'm gonna offer that this may be someone who is known by someone in this group. That if a conversation comes up, that you might have this recollection, maybe in a couple weeks, that you put the dots together and you say, "Oh, okay, I get chills as I say that."
Hmm.
That someone who maybe I mean, still pretty deep in the grief about this. Um, that you may be able to say, "Oh, I think that dog was trying to get in touch. I think um, kidney problems could be
Susan
similar."
Susan had a
Yeah,
Jack Russell called Pip. Did
yeah,
he pass as a puppy, Susan?
yeah. And Pip was my husband's childhood dog too.
Oh,
Susan, I feel like we're having this big moment here today.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's so I'm gonna leave this one because it does feel very tender. And it does feel like it perhaps is someone related to someone who's listening right now that if someone has this like, oh, I feel like my puppy's trying to communicate with me or connect with me, that you can say, oh, I actually think I might have heard a message for him, because that happens sometimes, because you're open already. And so I'm just gonna place this sweet little guy um, to the side. White, he was about two. Okay. White
Okay.
and black
Yeah,
and brown patches, Susan.
yeah, that feels
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So the kidney failure also. Um, and the puppy sibling also had died. Sophie, I'm reading your message right now. Heart condition, 12 and a half years. My gosh. It's amazing. And
Mm.
Georgina, you can also take. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, this thing is like troubling me.
So
Um,
Meg had the heart condition, but there was a sibling who died.
mhm.
Okay. Okay. Both in
uh,
spirit.
Both in
Okay.
spirit. Okay. And Georgina, was yours a dog that had been more recent, just made it, again, I am being, and I just want to also say, my dog with his heart condition also had kidney issues. So, Sophie, yes. Okay. Um, so, okay. Jennifer, I'm having a hard time tracking because I'm like, it's so
I
much
know.
information right now.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So let me just sort
So
through. Okay, so I'm gonna just spend a little time with this sweet gentle puppy.
so Sophie says
Yeah,
yes. Meg
and
had a
kidney
kidney.
issues,
So that seems to be that's fitting.
and
Georgina, if you
Susan.
want to let us know
Yeah,
what you can take as well, like you can let us know what pieces
yeah.
so that
So that was
we can feel.
the other thing with my Zuma, was it was
Yeah.
a heart and kidney, and that was
Yeah.
ultimately. So I'm like, okay, if I'm being
Okay.
drawn to Zuma, it's a heart
Hmm.
and kidney. I can take both of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, but just that, like, just not enough time. Just a barely amount of time.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm getting chills as this. So I'm going to just acknowledge both Georgina and Sophie here, um, for this very sweet little guy. So the message that this dog is sharing with me is, your love was all I needed, and it. My gosh, they break our hearts, don't they? Zoomer. Um, that while the life was not long, under 2 years old, and both. Okay.
You said
Um,
Zuma,
so
Zoomer. Yep.
Zoomer. Yep. We're
Zuma,
getting them
Zoomer.
all. We're
Yeah.
getting them
The
all.
name is very similar when you were playing with
Yeah.
your necklace. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So So with that, it's yeah, the dog is just it's such a sweet little thing, and I just keep coming back to that because I feel like this would have been a dog that 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 came to you as a puppy and that you had, you know, so the time being short was also just that compressed sense of just not enough time, and the dog is um, just such a bright light, and I'm like covered in chills as I'm talking about this. That and keep saying your love is all I needed. Like that 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 the time was short, but it was perfect. It was just like an espresso. Like you don't need a lot, you just need a little. And it was like for the dog, it was perfect. And I know that's a heartbreaking thing when we lose an animal so young. I've had that happen too, and that's the dog I was writing about earlier. And I mean, it's still devastating. It's been 10 years. Um, but just that little espresso cup of intensity and that tense love that changed you and showed you a different. I get so much happiness with this dog too, just so much joy and happiness. Um, and when I'm talking about, but you left so soon, and the dog's like, no, 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 it was perfect. It was perfect. I got everything I needed. And so for anyone who can, I think both Sophie and Georgina, you can both take
Yeah.
that message.
Yeah.
The dog is so happy, just like that perfectly short life was the best life an animal could have ever had. And so I'll leave you both with that. And with that,
Yeah.
I
It
think
feels complete.
yeah, they feel like they're stepping back to give me a break and go see my own dogs.
It's lunchtime in California for the puppies too.
Oh my gosh, Jen, I forgot to feed them this morning. I mean, they're very well fed, but I was like, oh shoot, I told them right after this call they were going to get their food. It's sitting in a box on my table. I guess that means the wet food's coming out,
I know
everybody.
mine is I get frozen raw food, and so one was talking about how to lose weight. I feed my dogs
Mhm.
raw foods. It's frozen, and I have to thaw it. So if lunch is late, then I have to get them a treat or something to tide them over so it thaws out. Because they this is what they're used to as well. So
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for joining us, and I know some of you have put some things in the comments for loved ones that you're missing dearly. So I want to make sure I hug you and lots of love and spirit around you too. So please know your loved ones are always with you and they're in a beautiful place over in heaven. And will find their way to give you their signs and symbols that they're around you too. So my beautiful friends here, before I'm going to ask you if you have any final words for us, but just real quick, everybody, tomorrow we have another live 2:30 Pacific, 10:30 in the UK, messages from the enchanted realms with my co-host Shannon Rattay, and Karen is our guest once again tomorrow, so you get double Karen, which is super awesome. And then on Saturday is my spiritual Q&A, same time, 2:30 Pacific, 10:30 UK. It's a free online event, and you can go to my website mediumjenniferrose.com to sign up for that too. So I'd love to see you. They're pretty fun as well too. So lots of fun things coming up. You can also subscribe to my newsletter over on my website too to be stay up to date on all of my events that I have coming up. So there's a lot of fun things in the queue as well. So look forward to seeing you for that. And then Miss Karen, if there's any final words or messages you'd like to leave with all of us here today.
My most important message is to know that the animals that you love now, the animals that you love in the past, they are always with you. Their love is unconditional. Their love was always unconditional. However long or short a time they had, the love you gave them was everything to them. And if you have an opportunity to love another animal in your life, there's always so many that need to be rescued. If there's a place to volunteer, there's so many animals in need. And if it's a place that you can open your heart to love another, they're always ready and willing to be loved.
That's
Thank you
beautiful.
all
Thank you,
so
Karen.
much for being here.
Thank you,
Thank you for the
Karen.
opportunity, Jennifer, and thank you all for bringing your animals in spirit. It has been just the warmest, fuzziest, most exciting reading, and I'm just really
Yeah.
grateful for this.
Yeah, thank you, Karen, for sharing your time and expertise and talents and love with all of us too. We're very grateful, and it is just what we needed. We needed softness and tenderness right now, and so it worked out so perfectly. So we're very grateful. Thank you, Karen, too. So,
Thank you.
and thank you everybody who's joined us here today and been on this live with us. I love you all so much. I know you know that too. So I'm so appreciative too. Big thank you to our producer and the owner and creator of the Sacred Spiral Network, Kelly Brickle, for always taking good care of us, doing all the work in the background. It's a big job, and she's doing so well at it too. So, and I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. Would love to see you all tomorrow and Sunday. And I wishing you a very happy and blessed weekend. And we will see you also next week on Embracing Infinity. So please have love well, love you well, and walk each step with grace. These steps will definitely take you far. So lots of love to everybody. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you.